Governor Hope Uzodimma has come under fire for spending a whopping 2.1 billion naira for airlift of 315 Muslim pilgrims to Saudi Arabia. This is coming from a state that is predominantly Christian, and their state governor spent 2.1 billion for airlift of 315 Muslim pilgrims to Saudi Arabia and organize an elaborate ceremony to mark the occasion through the Sambakwe International Airport. The People's Democratic Party, the main opposition party in the state, could not contain itself. It had to react through a statement issued by the state publicity secretary, Mr. Lancelot. That's Lancelot Obiako. Mr. Lancelot Obiako, the publicity secretary of the People's Democratic Party, wrote a statement protesting what happened, calling it a waste of the state resources in what is viewed purely as a personal affair, because religion ought to be a personal endeavor of those who are undertaking it, including pilgrimage. And the states spent 2.1 billion just for the airlift of 315 Muslim pilgrims to Saudi Arabia. And according to the PDP, the governor has shown lack of empathy for what is happening in the state. And they were saying that he ought to resign because of his actions and inaction in recent time in Imo State. They drew attention to the fact that the elaborate ceremonies went ahead a day after armed assailants laid siege to the road between Omona and Okigwe in Onuimo local government area, killing at least 20 people, kidnapping others, and setting over 22 vehicles, including trucks, ablaze. They said that their governor was uncaring. That sad tragedy meant nothing to him. And he went ahead with the program. He didn't try to scale it down. He was so excited. Who is he trying to please? It's a story for another day. Who is Governor Uzodimma trying to please in a state, Imo State, in which at least 99% or 99.5%, let us assume, are Christians? You are spending 2.1 billion for the airlifts of Muslim pilgrims. Now, like the PDP pointed out, there's nothing wrong with inclusivity. You want to include the less than 5%, the less than 1% of the population. There's nothing wrong in doing it, but don't do it at the expense of the state when there are other pressing needs. And why is it even the most appropriate thing to do? Starting the airlifts, starting the use of the Sambakwe Airport for international route. You didn't start it to London, to South Africa, to major investment destinations that can bring in money into your state. Pilgrims only take away money. When people go on pilgrimage, they are removing money from you. You hardly get anything in return. Of course, it's not only the PDP that had protested against what Uzodimma did. Across social media, there were so many people who were offended by that kind of money being spent just for religious affairs. When Imo is one of the most insecure states in Nigeria today, Imo that used to be a heaven of peace and prosperity before Uzodimma came on board through the instrumentality of the Supreme Court, and everything changed. Instead of putting that kind of money to make this state more secure, you are spending it for pilgrimage for a few individuals who obviously have the resources to go to Mecca if they want to go to Mecca. And there was some people who said that who are criticizing people from Imo State, and indeed the Southeast, who are saying that why should Uzodimma spend that kind of money airlifting pilgrims to Saudi Arabia? And I saw a senior journalist, a former editor of a national newspaper from the north, saying that the people of Southeast have not shown any seriousness that they want to lead this country. Look at how they are on social media attacking their governor because he supported pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia. And that even though those who have been lifted are indigenous of Imo State, they are still attacking the governor. So is it the kind of people that he said that it means that Southeast, they are not ready to lead for leadership at the national level. And these are the kind of thing that makes people like Uzodimma do all those, trying to be accepted, trying to show inclusivity. And one of that senior journalist, when he put out that thing on Facebook, I replied him, and I was deliberate in my reply. I said to him, there are indigenous Christians in Kano. I have met some of them. Even in my office, I have met some of them. Indigenous Christians from Kano State. I asked him, how many times have we seen the governor of Kano State organize elaborate pilgrimage journey for the Christians in Kano who are indigenous of Kano to go to Jerusalem and invite the president of Khan and others to come and witness it, just as Uzodimma invited the Sultan of Sokoto to come and witness what he was doing in Imo State. I asked him, has it ever been done? Will it ever be done? Now, it has never been done in Kano, but nobody is holding them accountable that they are not running inclusive. They can aspire to the leadership of Nigeria, but an Igbo leader has to show that he is tolerant. But the Kano person cannot be held in the same scale. And that is the kind of thing we see in this country. In Southeast, people who were born originally as Christians converted to Muslim, and they are going on pilgrimage. The governor of Imo State spending 300 are spending 2.1 billion. But can a Muslim in Kano convert to Christian, and the governor will arrange pilgrimage to Jerusalem for that convert? Will it happen? Can it ever happen in any of the northern states that Islam predominates? Will it happen? Will it ever happen? Don't we know the consequences of any Muslim changing his religion in the north? Do you want to hear it from my mouth on this YouTube channel? What will happen to that person? But that does not stop a northerner from running for president. But if somebody from southeast wants to run, he must show to be accommodating. But the other people are not supposed to show that they are accommodating. Killer herdsmen are on the loose. Nobody is holding a Fulani politician accountable. Say you cannot be president when your people are on the loose, killing people. Bandits are on the loose. It doesn't stop northern politicians to eye 2027. But if IPOP do anything, then they will say, I see now, P2B want to be president, and IPOP, they are doing this or that. I found it very strange. And the Southeast leaders tend to buy into it by acting the way Uzodimma acted. The truth of the matter is that no matter how hard you work to please these people, they will always find an excuse why they don't want to support you. So why try to do that? You don't need to do that. When you do your homework well, people will see that whether you have the capacity. You don't have to pander to show that you are accommodating, when in actual fact you are shortchanging yourself. You can imagine what 2.1 billion can do to improve security in Imo State. But Uzodimma, as he's in his second term, maybe he's packaging himself for national assignment after his tenure. After all, anybody want to be president in Nigeria today, so he want to show so that they will say he's accommodating. But that same accommodation is not expected from those northern politicians. They are not supposed to show that they are accommodating. They can behave anyhow. They can behave anyhow. Even when this senior journalist I was telling you about was reminded that he shouldn't use what people are putting on social media to judge the whole of the Igbo race. He said, no, that is what is used. You have to use what the ordinary people are doing to be able to judge the leaders. But if you want to use the same thing to judge him, because himself is a Fulani, if you want to use what his men are doing, they will say, no, you can't use that. Because you cannot use the one brush to paint the whole of the Fulani. That's how they use confusion against those they can deceive. But the truth of the matter remains that this idea of trying to please the northern political elite so that they will see you as accommodating, it is high time people do away with that. Because this high pedestal that they are putting Southeast, they must meet. You must meet this. You must show that you are accommodating. But when they themselves are not accommodating, they are the ones that breeded Boko Haram, yet they were able to produce both president and vice president. But if somebody from Southeast want to be president, say, what has he said about the alleged killing by IPOP? He is sympathetic to IPOP and all that. But the northern politicians, none of them is sympathetic to Boko Haram. None of them is sympathetic to Boko Haram ideology. They are all clean. And to please, people like Uzodimma will do what they did. Because if not to please, why do you have to invite the Sultan of Sokoto to come and witness the movement to Saudi Arabia? What is his business with that? You know, he's the leader of Muslims in Nigeria, but what is it? What do you need that optics for? If not that you are eyeing some political gain from it. If not now, later. That's why I say it. But Imo State is paying the price of Nigeria's democracy. Because if not, because of the judiciary we have in Nigeria, Ihedioha was already putting the state in a better state before the Supreme Court did what they did. And today, Imo State has become a killing field. I don't know what you think about what Uzodimma did, and whether you think that any Muslim governor in the north, in a predominantly Muslim state, will ever do what Uzodimma did. If you know any one of them that has done anything like that in a predominantly Muslim state, where their governor, a Muslim, participated in an elaborate ceremony to fly Christian pilgrims who are minorities to Jerusalem and spent 2.1 billion. Let us hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you for watching this video, and God bless you and yours.